You might have checked out one of my previous videos, which is on the Wayru OG Genesis miner, which was released in the summer of last year. That was a limited batch. That one has concluded, but what they have released right now is 2 other miners, and I'll be giving one of those away to a lucky viewer. So a quick explanation about Wayru and what they're trying to achieve. Wayru is building a global blockchain-based Wi-Fi network. Their goal is to open up internet access to as many people around the world as possible and give it for free. The way they're trying to achieve this is by getting users to download their app. This is available for iPhones and Android devices. So when you have the app installed on your device, you can go ahead and search for networks that are in your area, connect to them, and get internet for free. One way that they generate revenue is through the ads that play on the app. On the other side, it's going to be for the Wi-Fi miners like myself. We're installing these access points into different areas to distribute the network. The Prometheus is the outdoor model, which will work better in public places like parks and malls and other open areas. That's actually the one that I wanted to get, but it is minus 22 outside. It's freezing cold, and the cables that I have hanging from my pole right now are very brittle. I'm afraid I might snap something if I work out there, so I'm not touching it. So what I'm going to be looking at today right now is the Wayru's Apocalypse Wi-Fi miner. This is the indoor model. Both of them are providing internet access through these devices. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up this box and I'll show you what's inside. So these were supplied by HeliumDeploy. I have an extra one of these devices that I'm going to be giving away next week on a live stream. So make sure you check the link down below for that. Let's go ahead and open this up. And you can see on it that it has 6 separate antennas, which allows that signal to get broadcasted. It comes with a AC adapter and an Ethernet cable, and we have some stickers that came along with it as well. So here is the ports on the back of it. You have a WAN port and 4 LAN ports. The WAN port, which is the blue one, is the one that we're going to be plugging into our network. This WAN port can also be powered by PoE, so you don't need the AC adapter if you have an injector at your home. I'm just putting my iPhone next to it so you can sort of see the size of the device and compare it. It's about 9.5 inches by 6 inches if you're looking for the dimensions of it. And that is everything we have in the box. Let's go ahead and plug it in. So the first thing we're going to do in the app is tap on Add Your Miner. And now we're going to go ahead and power up our device. So what we want to do is we want to take an Ethernet cable and we're going to be plugging it into the blue port, which is the WAN port. And we're going to be adding power via the AC adapter. So go ahead and plug that in. We're going to go ahead and let that power up. And you can see that the lights on this device are changing color. We'll give it a minute here as it boots up. And now what I'm going to do is set up this device through the app. So I followed all these instructions to get it up and running. What I want to do is tap on continue. It's going to ask me to enter in the MAC address of this device. The MAC address can be found on the bottom of the device. The device is found, and what it wants to do is do an update of the firmware on it. So we're going to go ahead and let this request the update and install it. It says it'll take between 10 and 15 minutes, so you might just want to let this sit for a little bit. Okay, so this is my second device, and you can see that it's populated here and highlighted in blue. I'm now going to try to connect to the miner by tapping on the Add Miner button. And what it wants to do now is locate where the device is. So I'm just confirming where my miner is, and you can adjust that location if needed. And then we'll go ahead and tap on Get Data. Okay, so the next step here is to mint our hardware. What you want to do is make sure that you have $50 worth of SOL in your wallet, and then you can go ahead and click on Confirm. We're going to go ahead and now mint our node, and the minting request has been sent. So realistically, the setup time on the documentation says anywhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours. This process is really the waiting process. It took for me a little over 2 hours for it to be found on the network and then populate on my device. Once it is found on your device, it'll show up in your miner list. You'll be able to tap it and you'll see that there's connectivity stats in here. When you have this deployed, you want to make sure that you also meet the requirements to maximize your rewards. You want to make sure that it is online 24/7 and sending a signal. You want to make sure that the latency is 50 milliseconds or less, and that you have a minimum download speed of 50 megs and a minimum upload speed of 25 megs. So now that I have my device plugged in, it's up and running, and I can start earning rewards. So let's talk about rewards. I'm earning about 500 Wayru tokens per day. These are the testnet tokens. The token generation event is supposed to happen sometime during the first quarter of 2025. We're at the beginning of February of 2025, so I'm expecting the token generation event, or TGE, to happen sometime within the next month or two. When that event takes place, the testnet tokens that you're earning will get converted 1-to-1 to the mainnet tokens. The value of the token at the TGE is going to be 0.005. Once it's released, the market will dictate whether it's going to go up or down. So definitely let me know what you think about this project and what you think about the token price and the longevity of this project. So here we are at the Apocalypse. It's $119. This is on the main Wayru website. You have all the specs for it that I've already covered. And if you go down here at the bottom, they're available through distributors. I'm using HeliumDeploy. You can see the price is the same thing, $119.99. When you purchase through HeliumDeploy, they also get a couple of perks. The first one is going to be the depin tracker, which helps you track your device and your earnings that go along with it. That is a $250 value. And there's also a multiplier, and I believe this is exclusive only to HeliumDeploy. If you go with the Wi-Fi indoor miner, the multiplier is going to be the rewards times 1.25. Or if you go with the outdoor miner, this is the $299 one, it is the rewards times 2. So you double up on your rewards. Now the rewards are active after the token generation event and last for 1 year past that. So if you're wondering about the cost of the device, I was just comparing it to other hardware devices out there. This is somewhat a comparable one. This is a TP-Link. This one's going on sale right now for $116. It's also Wi-Fi 6. It has 6 antennas. The range seems to be pretty much on par with the Apocalypse. And if you scroll down a little bit over here, you get some other options that are roughly in the same price range. It goes as low as $80 and as high as $200. So I do think that this device is actually fairly well priced. Let me know what you think about it. Is the value there? Do you think this is worth the money? I know with a lot of depin projects, the hardware cost is significantly higher than the street value. That's mostly because they're trying to recoup the cost of deployment and everything else that's involved with these projects. One component that I like about this project is they do have a BYOD component. Raptor Mining actually has a video of him setting up, I believe it's a TP-Link router, and he's onboarding it onto the Wayru network. The only thing that's additional with it is a $50 license cost. I believe that's the cost of it. I'll make sure I link his video down below. He walks you through those steps of onboarding the hardware. So it's still early for this project. The token generation event hasn't happened yet. They're planning on having that event during the end of the first quarter. No dates have been announced. We should get some sort of notification a week or two before it actually happens. Once I get that information, I'll make sure I put it on my X account. Again, I'll link that down below. And look out for my live stream next week. I'll make sure I put all the details in the description. I'm going to be giving away one of these Wayru Apocalypse miners. Let me know what you think about the project. Put your comments down below. I'd really like to hear from you. If you thought the video was useful, please smash the like button. Subscribe to see more. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.